And we're live.
Oh, dang.
Ah, you poor unfortunate. We're back. We're back. Chuck, you got any pre-roll?
Oh, I'm ready to get into it.
Okay, well, we are back with some Weird Frontiers, the horror western using the DCC rule set. And once again, Legal wants you to remember that while you might laugh, we might get a chuckle out of you. You will feel bad about yourself for watching. Just to get that out there. Yeah. So our cast of degenerates tonight, Chuck, who are you playing?
I am playing Pierce McIntyre, our occultist, possibly adoptive father of Scab. And I've got my new spell, Branding Iron. I'm curious to play around with that.
That's right. I did let you guys level last time, didn't
Yeah.
I? Interested to see what
Very
happens.
exciting.
Speaking of Scab,
Hi, I'm Scab. I'm 12 years old, and life's been a little tough ever since the cave-in, but the good Lord works in mysterious ways, and I've been trying to be real good, and the Lord gave me a new daddy, so now I'm Scab McIntyre, and I'm so happy.
heir to all of his fortunes, 19 cents.
That's generous.
All right. Playing Killian.
Ahoy, I'm Jacob, and I will be playing Kylian Fouché. Je suis un photographe français. I'm learning French, but it's terrible. My character, however, knows French fluently, as he is indeed French. He came to this country to photograph the Civil War, and then, wouldn't you know it, the veil between life and death opened up. So now he talks to dead people. How fun.
And they still don't like Frenchmen.
No, of course not.
All right. Daniel, who are you playing?
Hey, I'm playing Chance, who I thought would be funny, but because maybe it'd go both ways, but it turns out Chance hasn't got a chance at anything really. So, but he keeps
Bad
on
luck
living.
is still luck.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah. Chance at something. And Joe playing the character that is unspellable.
My cards.
Yeah, I'm playing the Jebediah Bejebums, the gambler, who is a bit of a con man and likes to downplay all of his magic abilities because then people don't play him in cards. They think he can do magic stuff with them.
There we go.
Yeah.
So last time, guys, we will say that our masked man, our ring fighter, Ivan the Bear, is not here tonight. He might drop in later. We're not exactly sure. He's missing in action. So hopefully someone did not brain bust him out of existence, and maybe he'll be back. So last time, the group as a whole, though, got pretty messed up. Most of you, I think, were in the hospital for days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Right.
did not fare well.
But you did, in fact, save some of the town folk from having their souls sucked out, and you managed to get away with something called a page from the Necronomicon. Pretty sure it's some possessed page from an unholy book, but so far, as you've been laying in the hospital, it's pretty much just laid there like any other page torn out of a book.
Yeah.
Not really done much of anything. You even poked it with a stick, telling it to do something evil. It just didn't. And we all know poking it with a stick is the way to get the evil out.
Yeah.
I mean, that works for everything,
Yeah,
including dead
Already wanted
bodies.
something to stick would be my biggest weakness.
exactly. So we'll take up a few days later. But if I remember correctly, our gambler wasn't that badly messed up. And he had a couple of irons in the fire trying to.
Yeah,
Yeah. So just real quick.
wasn't injured too bad.
You would have gotten out of the hospital sooner.
Mhm.
Was there anything else that you wanted to do with some of the irons you have in the fire? Now, keep in mind that everything is really slow by telegram. So you had
Yeah.
set up a few things, but likely you're not going to hear back for a bit.
I can't remember if there was anything else major because I thought I got the majority of like the money and stuff already wired to me.
Yep.
I was curious to see if there's like anything more I could dig about who the other con man was. Just because I'm curious if he had like a tail or something like that.
Well, how would you go about it? He kept his residence remarkably clean of any sign that he wasn't who he said he was. You just
True.
found some of the telltale bits of evidence telling you that there was another operator in the town. And he is still in a coma.
Right. Did it seem like he had like an accomplice, you said?
It does seem like he had
Sometimes.
multiple accomplices, just not in this city. Most
Not
of
in
them
the
back
city.
east.
Okay. I don't really know what I would go after like right in this moment.
That's fine. You could just be checking on
That's-
things, maybe go through the guy's house one more time, just seeing if there's anything else. And pretty much it doesn't come up to anything.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yep. Yeah. So you spend your time doing
Give it
that.
1 silver.
So what were we looking at? Almost a week that you guys needed to come to us, right?
Yeah.
So in the meantime, Scab is back to his job at the hotel while McIntyre is recovering. So, you put back to
I
work.
think I had like 1 HP, so I got a lot of ground to cover.
So we'll take up with the gang all assembled again at the Star Hotel, finest and only hotel in this town. You've all been released. You're all doing much better. For unknown reasons, your rooms have been comped out.
Okay.
Yeah, so during that whole time, your belongings were safe, and you're back now. You got another couple of nights here. But as you're having a celebratory beer, again on the house, oddly. Not exactly sure where all this is coming from, but try and pay. You're told that you got a tab open and it'll be taken care of. But in walks a familiar 8-foot tall figure.
Oh no.
Sans a shepherd's crook because one Scab has a shepherd's crook, but he's got them all that Scab's traded him. And as the one-eyed giant Cyclop walks into the bar, it pretty much people find that it's time for an early night. Go back up to the rooms, leave the bar kind of quickly, and you have the place to yourselves.
Oh, hi. It's really good to see you back. Do you want me to get you anything to eat, sir?
You got lamb?
I could ask, sir.
Lamb would be good. Beer would be good.
Okay. Oh, this shepherd's crook is real nice, sir. Thank you so much.
He holds up your old weapon. As is your hammer. I've built a mighty shed with it.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad it was a fair trade. You're awesome, sir.
Kind of looks around for my moonshine.
I like the way this guy operates.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls up a couple of chairs, takes a seat. They do, in fact, have some lamb. It's not requested often, but there's some.
Okay.
Bring him out some, bring him a beer. It says, the visions have been troubling me once again. You heroes seem to be in the center of the storm.
That is not fantastic news.
But it's sunny.
It is. What is it that you're seeing this time?
Another page from that unholy book.
Hmm.
Aloft on the wind, flying to a town.
Okay.
And a man, an old friend to all of you. Billy Ray Jaspers, the town of Ogallala. Actually, surprisingly, having most of you never met each other before, you all know the name Billy Ray.
Okay.
In one way or another, you have fond memories of a person that was very amiable, fun to drink with, had a lot of knowledge of the local land. Yeah, just amazingly, it's one person you all seem to have in common. You've come across him in your various travels.
He was the first person to ever give me chocolate.
You and I have discussed the occult arts and many long nights.
The
A lot of whiskey's been
visions,
sampled. A lot.
the visions are telling me that your friend Billy Ray has a mighty aspect upon him. An elder god has touched him. And in that wake, there's much chaos brewing. You must go to your friend, renew that friendship, find out how you may help Billy Ray, and in so doing, quell the storm that comes.
You said in the town of Ugalala?
Can you make this lamb spicier? They bring him out a chili pepper.
There you go.
Good.
Do I know where this town is that he's talking about? Because that's not the town we're in, is it?
Nope. Most of you have most of you are traveling through here. Pierce, I mean, you are only coming here because of the observatory that now the opening date has been pushed back because, there's all kinds of bloodstains and stuff that have to be cleaned out of the place.
It takes a lot to get that out of the carpet.
It does. And moving giant bones out of small doors, it's just the thing. It's hard to do. Yeah, you haven't really heard of it. Those of you in town, though, Chance, you vaguely hear. You've seen it on the train stops. The train that once ran through here, there was some problems with it, so they built a new train stop not too far from here, but less than a day's ride at Fort Atkinson. There's the town of Atkinson, and there's a fort there as well. They've got a train, and you do vaguely remember seeing a train schedule that you could catch at Atkinson that would have one, maybe two layovers, but then get you to Ogallala.
Eventually.
Yeah. But other than that, you really don't know much about it other than it was a stop on a train chart, so it must have some use. You don't
I'll whip
really
out the conveniently just appeared map and put it down on the table and start drawing on it.
Yeah, good enough. I mean, it's basically half a day's travel to get to Fort Atkinson from here. Quicker if you get some horses, but not that bad. You can get a stagecoach out there. Fort Atkinson itself is an outpost in the area. There are quite a bit of wagons going from here to there, moving just goods and services back and forth, letters as well. It's not very difficult to get to Fort Atkinson. The town itself of Atkinson is fairly small. Chance, as far as you know, last time you were there, they only had one building of any consequence, 2-story tall wooden building, and that was the Silver Dollar Saloon. Other than that, there's a couple of other wooden 1-story buildings, a bunch of tents.
I mean, it was the only building of consequence to me, at least.
It was because Chance is a lush. He's working on that drunkard of the community achievement.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
You
Someone
can do
has
it.
to.
I believe in you.
Right. So tucking into his lamb, drinking his beer, he's quiet for a moment to let these things sink in.
Well, your last vision led us to a page. I believe you when you tell us this one will as well. And if it's as close as you say, Chance, then maybe we should see if we can. Whatever benefactor's paying for our room and board, maybe we can sweet talk them into getting us a stagecoach.
Maybe if we could figure out who it is.
I'll go hit up the barkeep. Who's paying this?
I don't know. The mistress of the house just said that you've got an open tab. Someone's paying for it.
I don't have a
Just
name
says,
on the tab.
Says Mr. G. That's it. Never heard of the person.
I don't know who that is.
Well, strange thing though. This Mr. G is also footing the bill for them Pinkertons that are in town too.
Oh,
Maybe it's related somehow.
I would imagine so. Our business with the Pinkertons has been rather intertwined.
Oh, so small interlude there. Did you share with the Pinkertons the fact that you found the person that they're trying to find, and the fact that he's been dead a while, but animated and dead again?
I don't know that we've run into them to do that. I mean,
Well, they're in the town, and you've been laid
Mhm.
up for a while, so you could have.
I'm just
They
going to
certainly-
say Scab only has the smarts of 4, and he's been in the hotel for the past week.
Yeah. So
If
he's
a
probably-
single Pinkerton asked him, he probably spilled the beans.
I wouldn't
All
be
right.
opposed to sharing it with them either. So
I mean, it would have looked like he'd been dead for a long time, and on top of that, he's got broken ribs from an elbow drop and a bullet hole in the head. So
Yeah.
it wasn't us.
Yeah. So go
We
ahead.
got the sense that like only some of the Pinkertons were in on all the like supernatural stuff, though, right?
As
Yeah.
far as you can tell, it was only your Pinkerton that was in on the supernatural stuff.
yeah, we've asked a couple and they're like, I don't know about any of this
Mhm.
stuff. You crazy people.
How dare you
Um,
think a book can talk?
Could we seance with our Pinkerton guy and see if he has any recommendations on how much of that info we should share with them, or if that would be problematic on that?
Isn't it more
I
like
feel
just
like-
kind of turning around and talking at them?
Yeah,
Killian,
Yeah, I mean,
you
it's
ha-
been following us around.
well, Killian, he hasn't been present while you all were in the infirmary and laid up. But now that you're sitting here at the bar, you notice that he's bellied up to the table, drinking a very ghostly brew of his own, and he just kind of winks at you when you look over.
Should we be telling all of the people you know about all of
Oh,
the
my.
people you've been here to find?
I'm gonna follow his eyes and like raise a glass to that nobody that I can
Right.
see in the corner.
Yeah, no one you can see. Killian, you asked that, and he just shakes his head no.
I know nothing. I have seen nothing. There's a star viewing house. It's very lovely, though.
Well, it will be once they clean up all the blood and open it to the public.
Yes, and there's also a very smelly smell wafting up from underneath of it.
Well, they the Pinkertons would have just asked you some just basic things about it. They would have found the body, which ends their case. They did
Mhm.
leave one person behind just to wrap things up for the newspapers and such, but he hasn't really come by to question anymore. I mean, they found what they needed to find.
Goody.
Killian, again, you look over just to kind of confirm things with your deceased Pinkerton. He's gone, but like again, it's both you and Bejeebums kind of hear the sound of a mighty fluttering wings just out of nowhere, and then it's gone. It's gone.
Well, I guess that means I can keep his gun.
well,
The Cyclops
Oh.
kind of turns to you, Killian, and says, that one's not what he seems.
I'm French.
No. He kind of points over to where the bar was. And says, never mind.
oh shit, he can see the dude.
So, Dad, do you want me to go see how much a train ticket costs?
The Cyclops wipes the grease off his face, lays down a few heavy gold coins on the bar, very old coins, and says, the warning has been given. The storm of chaos arising. You are in the eye now, but you're instrumental in it all. Perhaps there will be enough of this world left for us to be in meet again if you are successful.
Sir, I
what
don't
do you
think
mean
the
by
land costs
he's-
gold.
What were you implying when you said he's not what he seems? Is there
He
anything to
shakes
worry
his
about there?
head and he says, I don't believe that one was ever a man.
Oh,
Oh,
Something about that checks out. I'm just gonna.
All right, then.
he didn't seem to be too bothered by his current state, so I guess that would make sense.
yeah. I want to ask
with
the the
ahead.
barkeep, like, hey, if we were to get a stagecoach to take us over to wherever it is that we need to go, could they bill us here and you just cover it with the tab that's open for us?
Thinks about it for a minute and says, "It's transportation out of town. I don't see why not. I mean, it'd cover a train ticket if the train still stopped here."
It's fantastic. Scab, you want to go arrange a...
Yeah, while you were in the infirmary, train stopping here. Just going on to Atkinson now.
Oh man, well our town's gonna die for sure.
Yeah.
So you said there's like a Mr. G that has our tab open.
He
apparently?
shows you the handwriting. Somebody just signed it in very flourishy script. It just says Mr. G, letter G.
Is there? So I remember the things I collected were a bunch of like different pieces of blackmail on random townspeople, and then a bunch of bonds. I wrote down as bonds for capital leverage. And any of the blackmail stuff, is any of the like a Mr. G anywhere in any of that information that I got from that deposit
No.
box?
There's actually not even any of the investors that you saw that he was bilking, or any of the people that he seemed to be working with back east even had a G as the start of their name. So yeah, good thought, but no.
Okay.
Clearly, it's the G-Man from Half-Life.
Must be.
Maybe. So does the train at least stop here, or do we got to go all the way to Atkin on foot or horseback?
Well, that's what the stagecoach is for.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So if you want to go down and reserve us a stagecoach, and we'll gather what items we need here, and we can set
Go
out
ahead
right
and
away.
get the one with the padded seats.
That would be preferable.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you can get a travel coach instead of a mail coach, and that'll certainly be a nicer ride. Scab, you go off and do that. You get there just as stagecoach office, and a little bit before it's really dark, so they're still open, just barely. And once you explain that the tab has been paid over at the hotel, yeah, they tell you that coach will leave at noon. So make sure you're here on time. We don't wait for nobody. Even you, Scab, gives you a lollipop.
Oh, geez, sir. Thank you so much. If you ever need any work around the place, you just let me know. Like, I'll work nights for you. That I don't get candy too often. I appreciate it.
You're a good kid, Scab. I remember your mother.
You do. I wish I did. But thanks for the lollipop.
Yeah, there you go. You've got
Okay.
stagecoach, a nice one, ready to go at noon the next day. Until then, you got the finest and only hotel in town where you've got an open tab.
Well, there's only one thing to do with an open tab, and that's to make it grow.
Won't argue with that.
I was going to spend the night just drinking.
I mean, that's what I'm going to do. So,
All right. Yeah, Jebediah, I'm sure you play some cards with a few folks that straggle in, as it gets later.
Oh, yeah.
Who is spending the night basically just drinking, talking?
I will be, but not to excess by any means.
I mean, I don't really have to sleep, so I'll just make sure to go fetch drinks when people want them.
Pants almost died twice in like 2 weeks.
There is that. Yes. Well, those of you that are going to stay up and just pad that tab as much as you can, go ahead and make me stamina checks.
Going for the top
Oh, boy.
shit.
Or actually, no, let's do it as a fort save. Do it as a fort save.
Fort save.
Oh boy.
That does not help me a lot.
Jebediah, if you're going to gamble some, just give me a simple roll on your gambling skill.
Okay.
So
Let's do it as a versus.
you said we were laid out for a week.
Yeah, you should all be healed at this point. I think
Okay,
you did
well,
it
I
like
just-
a week and a few days.
I burnt a crap load of my stats. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you would get back one from each category per day.
yeah.
So what would like 9 days? Is that going to put you back on all of them or no?
I'll be short in agility, but that's fine.
Okay. And you'll get one more from tonight as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go with that. All right. Jebediah rolled an 18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. No real card sharps up tonight. So yeah, you win. Difference between that. So you win $14.
Awesome.
And you don't
I
piss
will
people
add
off
it.
too much either. You kind of pull that out through several hours instead of winning just a few big pots and dropping the mic and saying done. The rest of you drink.
Cook.
So there is talk about town about no one knows exactly what went on with the observatory. A bunch of Pinkertons went in there. The whole thing about you guys coming back so beaten up and in the infirmary for so long, the Pinkertons going and busting down the doors, and now the open date's been pushed back a few months. So there's a lot of talk going on about that. No specific talk about the possessed individual the Pinkertons were looking for, though. Apparently that didn't get out much. I mean, Scab's a little loose with his tongue, so a few people might have talked about it, but it came from Scabs. I mean, what does Scabs know?
Yeah, Scab's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed.
Exactly.
It's got the imagination of a child. Bless his heart.
Mhm.
I can't imagine too many people sticking around to really listen to him, unfortunately.
Nice. All right. Is anybody going to do anything before noon the next day? You want to, you can pick up some stuff if you'd like and bill it to the hotel. Some basic sundries, anything you need for travel.
I'll get a brand new double barrel shotgun.
God.
Make me a luck check.
All right.
Yeah, make me a luck check.
Is there any sort of like odds and ends, like a cult person in town, like someone that deals with weird things and curses and all that?
Well, everybody deals with weird things on a daily basis here, but there's nobody that's really a talent in that regard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's some stories about the mistress of the hotel, the owner of the hotel, but almost no one sees her during the day, and she's rarely seen at all, even during the nights.
Maybe the nun lady at the church.
Oh yeah,
might be able to
Mary.
answer the
She
question.
of the sacred bitch slap, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she might be able to answer the question I have, which
she might. Okay, so first of all, Killian, you made your luck check, yes? Yes, they have a double-barrel shotgun. It's not the newest thing, but it has been serviced well. And yes, you can put it on the bar tab.
All right.
Jebediah, what do you want to ask Sister Mary, who is in the middle of opening up the church for the day as she slugs back a belt of bourbon from her hip flask?
Mm-hmm. So
she says, bless them all, but my gosh, they're dumb.
I hear you there. You seem to be one that doesn't like things that, have better energies about them, curses, all that. You have any, say there were a thing, hypothetically speaking, that had some bad mojo about it. Is there any way that you would approach either disposing it or like nullifying it for transport, that type of thing? Like, have you ever dabbled in such sort of trying to negate curses or their effects?
Me, not so much. I mean, if you're talking about cursed relics and items and such, I mean, the church has a way of getting rid of such things. If you got one, you could leave it in my care. I'm sure when we eventually get a new pastor come through, we can get it off to the proper folk. But do I know much about them myself? No, not really. Got my blessed shotgun here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only holy artifact I need.
Not any like particular method where, say, I were to find such relic maybe in the future, but didn't want it to curse me until I'm able to dispose of it. Any advice there?
Well, you seem to be beating about the bush a little bit here, Jebediah. Would you kind of just show me the artifact that you're asking about?
I could. Yeah. It's a bit of a walk, but if you've got time.
Well, we just finished up for the day. She turns back. You in the pew, you've been there long enough. Get up. Lord's heard your belly aching. That closes up. What do you want to show her?
The piece of gold that I had stashed outside of town.
You had stashed outside. Okay, so you go in. Okay,
like a idol.
So she will check it out. She says, "Well," as she kind of moves it back and forth in her hand a little bit. Can't really discern that it's got anything wrong about it. Sure is a funny looking figure you got here. What's that supposed to be? Some kind of merman?
Yeah. Through our various jobs and things we did, seems to have some real nasty, I don't even know what you'd call it, some bad energy about it, because everywhere it's been stored, bad things have been happening. That's why I've only been like safe burying it out here. We had it at the hotel, some fires started. We had it in so I don't know if I tell her about that.
Where did you bury it again?
I buried it just like in a random spot outside of town.
Okay. Well, she listens to what you're saying. She looks around and she goes over to some kind of weeds that were fairly close to your hole, and she just kind of grunts, uproots it, and turns it over. And then you're looking at like blackened, diseased roots on this thing, and she drops it real quick. It's just, Lord ain't giving me any special insight into what you got here, Jebediah. But there is definitely something cursed about it. That ain't natural. She points at the weed. Probably ought to get it further away from town, I think.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'd feel bad anywhere I'd leave it. So I'd like a way to like deal with it, but not inconvenience people with it in the meantime.
Well, I assume you're wanting to save the gold. It's your desire here, Jebediah, but not to bring upon any misfortune to any that you pass it on to. Well, as I said, eventually they'll send us another pastor, another father who might be able to bless the stuff. I can't myself. So if you want to check back with us once we got a proper father installed, then you're welcome to. I'm afraid it's past what I'm able to accomplish.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah, that works for me.
She pulls out a few more roots just to see how far the effect goes. It's a good like 5 feet or so from where the hole is.
Mm-hmm.
And she turns to you and says, "You think that gold has anything to do with all the misfortune that's been going on lately? I mean, that whole train trestle dropping so that the train can't stop here anymore. Maurice's cattle got sick."
Hopefully not. Definitely seemed to have a pretty direct impact on wherever it was being held, like within the building that night. That's why I buried it out here. But hopefully it's not just a general effect of the town by being in the area. Could be, though.
I'll make sure the folks know who to blame. She just kind of smiles.
My goal is to minimize that effect, but yeah.
All right, so let's cut then. Does anybody want to do anything before they board the next day? And did anybody that was out drinking fail?
I did.
You failed it.
Yeah.
All right. So you're hungover. So through the next day, you're going to be a -1D.
Okay.
-1 on the die chain for anything you attempt to do.
Okay.
Until you sober up, because boy, did you fill that tab.
I believe it's.
I was attempting to see if I could find some armor, but I don't remember where that is in the book.
There's not really any armor.
No armor of any sort. Okay.
Your AC does go up with level, though.
Each level, yeah, your AC goes up by 1.
Do we have the book link somewhere for me to look through?
I was just hoping.
Uh,
Because you get your agility and your level, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yep.
All right. Well, dang.
You just get better at dodging things and knowing when to duck as you get higher in level.
Yeah. Shoot. Well, I guess the only thing I need is something to make my guns better.
Well,
Gunsmithing.
remember that you can spend time with your guns, do some gunsmithing on them.
Yeah, which I figure I'll probably do that then. Which
Yeah.
I think that's just a roll.
Yeah, other than that, find an actual gunsmith, and then you can put any of those add-ons to your gun that you want. But there's not one in this town.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just try to take some cards out of my deck.
So Fort Atkinson, though, with an actual military fort there, you might find a gunsmith.
Kind of what I was hoping for.
So anybody else want to get any kind of supplies, get any other kind of armaments, anything while you're...
Yeah. I just want to hit up a general store. I want some rope, a lantern, get some more ammo for my Derringer, get a little bit of chalk, get a couple flasks of oil for the lantern.
Sure. Get it built through the hotel, so you just send one of their people out to get it all collected for you, and they build the hotel. And yeah, they don't seem to have a problem with it.
Cool.
Anyone else?
I'd like some more plates for my camera if they have any.
Ooh, make a luck check.
All right.
You get basic stuff here, but anything too fancy,
Nope. Yeah.
unfortunately not.
Let's use some bullets and basic supplies.
They try to sell you on a nice couple of pieces of grease pen or charcoal and a sketch pad. It's almost as good as in photographs.
I will just turn and leave.
We got colored chalk. Your photos can't do that. Fancy ass task. All right. So yeah, pull up the stuff that you want. Whoever Mr. G is, whatever limit he's put on your tabs doesn't seem to have been reached. So you guys are able to load it up just fine. And you hit the very comfortable stagecoach that has been set aside for you. Now, there's another person going in with you. The school marm has decided to look for a vocation practice elsewhere. The town is going to be in need of a new school marm, as this one's had it. And one of the reasons she's had it is on this coach right now as she stares daggers at Scab.
Oh, hey, ma'am. I'm so excited you're here.
Yes, Scab.
I've been working all weekend. Cat, K-E-T.
As you say that, your boneless cat kind of just droops off your shoulder into your lap. She just smacks her head, just like, Scab, you realize you're an abomination, don't you?
How dare you? How dare you?
I don't understand.
Oh, the
word.
drunkard
It
speaks.
sounds real nice.
Maybe if the
Sometimes.
drunkard ever attended classes, the drunkard could spell.
Never needed to.
That will serve you well, Mr. Chance. That will serve you well. And she just kind of pulls down her hat. All right, so you guys head off on the stagecoach. It's a straight shot for Fort Atkinson. This is the fancy cab, but there's just the one person today and you. So you actually paid a little bit more than normal because, it's cheaper if they can fill it. But there's a couple of spare seats. As you ride along through most of the day, coach keeps a pretty good clip. You actually served a very light meal. There's a hamper that's passed down to you after a while. It's got some sandwiches in it and some beer. This is the fancy cab that you're taking. Several hours into the trip, you've gone through midday. The wagon slows, and you hear some call and response. Sounds like a challenge. Someone outside the cabin. After a bit, there seems to be some kind of negotiation going on. Cabin door opens, and it's the stagecoachman who opens it. And a man dusty from the trail and leathers and a hat kind of looks at everybody in and kind of takes one of the empty seats.
Is this a robbery or?
No,
I hope
sorry.
it is a
Sorry,
robbery.
I flagged down.
No.
Sorry to bother you, sir. I flagged down this fine wagon you have here. They called wagons. Anyway, I'm mighty sore afoot. I lost my horse a while back, but I had money. Seems like your driver there didn't mind me buying a seat aboard. I'm sorry if my attire offends you, ma'am. Doffs his hat.
Oh, don't worry. Feel free to offend her.
Well, for what it's worth, they packed me a sandwich and some drink, but I don't really need it. If you want it, sir, you look like you could take a bite.
Oh, well, thank you, Sonny. No one else mind. I'm powerfully hungry.
All
Hey.
yours.
He tucks in. Slides over a silver dollar to you, Scab. Thank you, son.
Oh, what?
He doesn't seem to even blink at your condition, which is kind of obvious.
Oh,
That's awfully kind of
wow.
you.
That's so kind, sir. Thank you.
If he sat down next to the school teacher, I might reach across and be like, "Oh, let me get." You don't want to get any of that on your sandwich.
Smacking the trail dust off him, so it goes up. She politely coughs and pulls out a hand fan and kind of waves it off back.
Don't want to get your sandwich and dusty, you know.
Nice. All right, so the rest of the trip is fairly uneventful, and you make it to Fort Atkinson and the town of Atkinson well before the sun's going down. So there's still several hours of the day. The fort itself it's ringed by mighty timbers. The stagecoach isn't going there. You're actually brought to the town of Atkinson, which is very small. There again, the largest building in the town is 2-story wooden affair, silver dollar saloon on the side. You see a lot of small. They're tents, but they're more what you call it, stationary, I guess. They've got timber framed insides, but instead of building actual walls, you just got the fabric covered up over it. So there's a lot of those around as well. And the stagecoach basically just pulls you in right next to the silver dollar. And
Perfect. Okay. Just where I wanted to be.
Good. So, am I correct that we're now going to take a train to Ugalala?
who are you asking?
Anyone in the wagon?
I mean, I think that's right, but I mean, first we gotta fuel up.
Can I? I didn't have the book to. Quick question. I didn't have the book to look through stuff real quick. Would it have been possible before I left for me to get as fancy of clothes as I could have found? And throw that on.
Give me a luck check.
Okay.
Again, they're a small town, not well supplied, so fancy clothes.
Right. It's 2. That well beats my 14.
Okay, so you have a choice. They've got a little Lord Fauntleroy kind of costume that they swear is big overseas right now. And then they've got a fine businessman kind of coat, suit, top hat, full regalia. It's the finest that you're going to get in this town, but it's still not finery, but makes you look like a businessman.
I definitely want that. Yeah.
Okay. You're going to
Something
bill that to the hotel as well?
Up. Yep. Absolutely.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you ask about the train, and the stranger that got on board with you as he's coming and he's getting off, he's kicking more trail dust off him. He says, "Oh, the hell train, huh? Oh, good luck with that, folks. Hey, I very much appreciate you letting me ride along with you. I'll stand you for a beer over here if you'd like. I've been in this place, but I'm sure. I mean, how bad can you mess up beer?
I mean, no, never mind.
When you're drinking beer, you've already messed up. So yes, please, let's.
Why do they call it the Hell Train?
Oh, you haven't heard about it then?
I have not from this area. In fact, I'm coming over from whatever the one place is?
Sweet Waters is where you guys were at. Well, anything coming out of my mouth is probably going to sound like the worst. What were they called at this time? The fanciful storybooks, not dime novels. What do they call them?
Penny Dreadfuls.
Penny Dreadfuls. It's going to sound like the worst Penny Dreadful you've ever read. So I'd rather you just kind of found out yourself. It's got a good record. I wouldn't worry too much, and you look like you all are able to handle yourselves.
Okay. Not a surprise it shall be.
So you see the train station there, and if anybody wants to walk over, you note that the train's due to be here in an hour.
Oh my.
Well,
yeah. If you wanted to catch it today, it runs daily, twice daily, actually.
This is where I'd have to get my gun modified too, isn't it?
Well, if you wanted to try Fort Atkinson, you might want to check there. But you've only got an hour if you want to catch it today.
Well, I would like to catch it today, but I understand your trade is in slinging bullets, so if it runs twice a day, we can catch the morning train. Problem with that, though, do we have money for lodging?
I got $1 now, sir. Actually, I got 7 of them. I'm so rich.
You are. I have 8 myself.
Yeah, we've got enough.
I will not press further into that. Thank you for footing the bill tonight.
I got you guys.
All right, then we'll catch the train in the morning. Let's get you a drink, Chance, and we can find your gunsmith.
Hey,
It's good to get liquored up before you go talk to him. Keeps things amicable.
All right.
So this is like another town we're in here.
Yeah, it's a very small town that's just outside of a military fort.
Okay.
And again, the only building of significance is the Silver Dollar, but there are a lot of other tent buildings around as well. You see some of them are doing business.
I think, Scab, you were asking a question.
Oh, I'm not always good at being sociable, sir, but I'm Scab. What was your name again? It's been real nice spending time with you.
Kessel. Anchor Kessel.
Okay. Well, if you got any belongings you need toted, I'll help tote.
I'm afraid just what you see here. Recently unemployed cattle hand. My choice.
Okay.
I'll be taking that train too. Said an hour. Well, let's have that drink. I'd like to get aboard that train. Yeah, if you guys want to go in, he'll buy a round for everybody.
Yeah.
He's not very talkative. I mean, he's amiable enough, but not all that talkative. He doesn't know a lot about this town, but he's heard some rumors here and there about the train.
I'd like to hear some rumors.
You wanna ask around?
I mean, they call it the Hell Train, right? I mean, surely somebody's got to have something to say about it.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, make me a personality check.
Oh, good. I've got almost none of that. Eight. Haven't had enough to drink yet to really bring my personality out.
You just hear the basics. Call it the Hell Train because there's just some mighty strange occurrences that happen on this leg of the trip that goes from here at Fort Atkinson, and it ends in another fort on the other end of it as well. Passes by a place called Wagon Mound. It's about the halfway mark. They call it that because the mound looks like a wagon, darndest thing. But there have been tales of train being molested by all kinds of gigantic critters and monsters of various stripes and sort. A lot of people here, actually the people you're hearing it from, town folk, are like, they're dead serious about it. It's like, no, don't laugh. We're not kidding. Wait till you see it. You'll understand.
Maybe worth studying.
Anybody else want to hobnob and see what they can find out about things?
I'm gonna pass. I've got a new spell that I'm still studying out. Now, Scab, I do have to warn you about this.
Huh?
I have figured out a new ability, and while we were in town, I picked up this here branding iron.
Uh-huh.
There
Okay.
may come a time that I have to burn you with this branding iron. But it will
Okay.
hurt a little.
Mhm.
I can control so that way it won't hurt you a lot. But when I do so,
Mhm.
if from my interpretations are correct, for the next week, it will empower you.
So you're gonna burn me because you love me?
I'm going to burn you because I love you.
Okay, sir.
As the old proverb goes, love hurts.
Okay.
Flashbacks to his actual dad, memories he's never really thought about before, being burned by cigarettes.
Oh, God.
Gosh.
I'm going to go talk to some ghosts and I'll head outside.
Awesome. All right. It's so Anchor left a little bit ago, and you see he's still standing over at the train station. You look at your stopwatch, your fob watch, and it's been an hour. Train isn't there.
Oh, man.
The train
Maybe
didn't-
it will come in the morning.
I hope so.
Well, this gives me perfect time to go spend money I don't have. Jebediah, you're coming with me.
That works.
When I say the word my wallet, I mean Jebediah.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to go check out the fort to see if you can find a gunsmith. Let's just do this by rolls. First of all, make me a luck roll to see if there is one.
Oh, man.
Either you or Jebediah can make the check.
Oh, no. I mean, I have 18 luck. So, I mean, I've got to.
Okay.
Wait, I could make that luck check for you. Right now, I've got a luck of 3.
I think that's all right. I mean, your odds are actually probably better at it than mine. Sadly. All right, we're okay.
You make it?
An 8.
Okay. There is, in fact, a gunsmith. So if you want to have your gun modified, you can have it done. And you said you made it at an 8 out of what? 8 out of
18.
18. Okay. He's not got a lot of work in front of you. He's more than willing to do it for you. Give you a good quick turnaround too.
Awesome.
So if you want to pick something out of the book, those are the prices.
Yep. I was looking at getting a cartridge conversion
Oh, okay.
so I can reload faster.
Ooh.
Because it takes me 3 rounds to reload my gun.
Oh,
Because
my
it's
God.
probably cap and ball, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And that's
Okay.
per round, I believe.
Yeah. It's per round, per bullet.
Wow.
God, when you're empty, you just throw the gun away and get another one.
This is why folks carry more than one gun. Exactly.
I've got a Derringer,
No.
a revolver, and a shotgun now.
I'm not as effective with not my gun.
Oh, that's right. You've got a spirit gun, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say it can be modified. Sure. Yeah, if you can afford to pay for the conversion, he'll convert it for you.
I mean, by me, I mean, Jebediah can. I mean, technically, I've got $20, but.
Mhm.
And then I think I was going to try and look at getting a holster done up too.
Again, just book prices. If you pay it, you can have it.
Okay. I don't remember what all the rules are for conceal and quick draw, so I got to look them up. But if it's all right, I'll do that, and then we can.
Yeah. Yep.
settle on it later.
So yeah, let's just gloss over that. You guys have you go find your gunsmith. They'll work on your guns. They're actually Jebediah. Do you want anything done to yours while you're there?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Go ahead.
Because I've got two. I've got a tiny little Derringer, and then a lever action rifle.
Yeah.
They could spruce up the Derringer. That'd be fun.
There's only a few things
But I
can be
don't know.
done to a Derringer. I mean, I think there's
Yeah.
maybe one thing on that list that can be done to a Derringer.
Yeah.
But if you want it and you can afford it, go ahead. Now, your rifle, there are several things that can be done to a rifle.
Where's this list at?
If you have the book open, it's like page 137 has like a long, lengthy, wordy description of it.
137. Oh, okay.
And then
Yes, it's a 900-page book. Everything's long and wordy.
I think that's the start of the rifle modifications right there, though. Otherwise, if you scroll up from it, there's just a table you can look at.
Anyway, I'll let you guys look at that. So the rest of you,
Yeah.
what are you doing? So Anchor is just rolling a cigarette kind of way. He doesn't look displeased about anything. And he actually looks like he expects the train to come, but he's just sitting at the station waiting.
I'll just be nursing my hangover, recuperating.
Yep. It's been almost a full day, so you're not hungover anymore.
Cool.
So another hour passes, and you guys start feeling a reverberation in the streets. Sounds like the trains are coming. And what pulls up is this bad boy.
Oh, that's actually kind of a neat looking train.
Ooh.
I don't think you could call that a cow. What do they call those? Cow tippers?
Cow
Like a cow
catcher.
slicer.
Yeah, it's got this immense scything blade on the front. It has armored plates down over the windows. You can tell that some of the plates have like sliding gun slits. And as it's coming in, you're seeing some of them are opening up so that you can see like the normal windows behind them. The thing, it's built like a tank, an armored, heavily armored train.
Whoa.
There is blood all over the front of that cow slicer. Call it that, cow slicer. There's bits of meat just still clinging to it.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm going to clean the train.
It's beef, Scab. Really large beef. Maybe it's bison, but it's really, it's like you will yank out this bone. It's an enormous bone off of whatever this thing caught. And people start disembarking. They all look really disheveled, very like staring wide-eyed. There's some people being let off crying. And engineer is sitting there smoking a cigarette. He hops down. He looks over at you group. You're the only people right now that are on the staging area. He says, "We got a few repairs here, folks. It's going to be several hours before we get the train moving again, but we will move out tonight. Just need some time to get some repairs done."
Very well.
Understandable.
So it's just you on the train. It's just you up here right now. Says, takes his hat off, sticks his hand out to your character, Chuck. Says, "Donnie Eller, I run this here train."
Pierce McIntyre, wandering scholar. Pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure. And he looks kind of like he's really studying everybody here. He's like, "I tell you what, if you would all join me for a drink, maybe a bit of something to eat. I got a proposition for you folks, seeing as it looks like you're going to be boarding this train, yes?"
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Sounds fine by me. Certainly no chance won't turn down the chance for a free drink.
That's what the chance is for.
All right, so yeah, we'll say chance. They were docking at the train for a while. You guys come back. You got your gear, whatever you happen to pay for. Again, he reintroduces himself as Donnie Eller to everybody there. Anchor is here as well. You also see that the Silver Dollar is filled up with some more people that look like they're probably going to be boarding the train as well, but we're likely going to do the one in the morning. Yeah, look, well, you've seen the train. I'm sure you've heard the rumors. You've heard about the monsters, right?
No one would really tell us. Well, I mean, I guess the locals did, but they were sounding half mad. I'm all ears at the moment.
Okay. Well, back during, just after the 7 days a night, things started getting strange everywhere. I'm sure you all are very familiar with that. But about a year ago, in these parts, first reports of monsters, mostly stories about enormous animals, just all located across the central area. Pauses, coughs his beer down. Yeah, they're monsters, all right. Honest to goodness monsters, buggers, haints, weird critters, just plain monsters. And the train runs right through the heart of them. Now, anyone with good sense would just give up on this line, but the owners of the train, well, they prefer money. Don't seem to give a damn about a few people dying every once in a while. So I took it upon myself to kick the old girl out to give us fighting chance. Now, you see those plates on the side that can be dropped at a moment's notice. There are pull chains inside that will alert if anyone sees anything out of the windows to drop these armored plates. And train is, mostly it's just those overgrown critters. I mean, there's normal things like bison, big as a house. Train will slice right through them if they become a problem, but sometimes it pays to have a few folks around that are good at shooting and don't lose their nerve. Some lookouts. Now, my manifest says here that I got another 12 people boarding. May or may not be you inclusive. Did you buy your tickets yet?
Did we buy our tickets?
Oh, no, have we?
I don't
think so.
we
I
have.
believe we have. No.
Well, 12 plus you. You all look like you've seen a fair amount of danger. Yeah.
It's accurate.
Well, look, I'll make you an offer here. We'll forego the fee on the line. You all wouldn't mind being eyes and ears inside the cabin, just keeping a lookout through the windows, pulling those alarms when needed. And if it comes to it, shooting some of them guns. Anchor just nods slowly.
I'll accept
Sounds
this
like
offer.
a deal to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, look, it's going to be several hours before the train's ready to go. And doesn't look like on the manifest there's anybody going back out tonight, which is just fine by me. So morning run, 9 a.m.
Okay.
When we head out. You'll be there. I'll let you board. Suggest you get something to eat, but not here, unless you want to spend the next day and a half crapping your brains out.
No, where would you recommend food then?
Well, there's a tent a few paces up that way. Mormon group runs it. Really good victuals.
I can handle that.
There's still some good meat on this shin bone here.
All you.
You're real kind. I'll share though if you like.
I appreciate the offer, but I would hate to deny you a chance for fresh meat.
Now, the one thing you guys aren't seeing, though, is a hotel.
I'll ask him. Is there a place where we can stay the night?
Well, can ask around, see if anybody's got any tent space. Other than that, I got a few rooms upstairs. They're all rented out right now, though. He kind of points to some of the back tables where people are looking despondently at the food that's been dropped at their table. One of them is using his fork to just kind of move it over, and you kind of hear, "What what kind of meat is this? Is this meat?
Probably train meat.
So I'm afraid I'm all full up. But ask around. Somebody might be able to rent you a tent for the night or have a cot or two to spare.
You've got a room or two upstairs. It's fine by me.
I mean, we can just
Perhaps
drink enough.
you should
The ground
clean your
seems
ears
fine.
out, sir. I said I've got a room or two upstairs, but they're rented out currently. And again, he
I'm
points at the
sorry.
other.
I tend to stop paying attention halfway through sentences. All right. Well, to Jebediah's, I am
I'll make
putting
sure
you-
to only talk half as much to you then.
That would be fantastic. The mind of a wandering scholar wanders frequently.
I mean, is it possible to stay on the train even if the train's like being repaired?
Donnie's still here. You want to ask him? He's like, well, yeah, sure. I mean, it's not a long hauler, so we don't got sleeping berths or anything. But, I mean, it's a roof over your head.
It's rooms, lay down on the seats, I guess. Better than
Drink enough anything. It's a great bed.
yeah.
True enough.
Doesn't seem to be too many options here, so that'd be a place.
Oh, there we go then. Anybody want to do anything overnight, or did you want to go and load up on food? I don't know if anybody actually bought trail food or anything like that.
We'll get some food. I'll go visit the tent. Buy some of their victuals.
Who's going with Pierce?
I am.
Go.
Sure. I bet I'd be hungry.
Well,
is
that's
everybody
good.
going?
If you weren't
Okay.
coming along, I was going to ask you for some money.
Well, you come in. It's a large tent. They've got tables set up and just small stools. It's pretty packed, but you can smell just this amazing food. This aroma coming out of the tent when you come in. There's a pretty young girl, very demurely dressed. She doesn't meet your eyes, and she's like, "Oh, but y'all like some victuals? We've got quite a bit left."
That would be fantastic. Yes, we have money to pay. Gladly so.
Thank you, sir. This way, and she basically just to each of you, this way, sir, this way, sir. Jebediah, you're the last one in line, and then she turns just right behind you and says, "Are you with this party, sir?"
Yeah.
She's not talking to you. She's talking to the air behind you.
I'm gonna like wave my hand like
And like she sounds like she's carrying on a conversation. Oh, that's okay, sir. If you'd just like some water, we can give you fresh water. No, okay. Thank you, sir.
I will
She just takes
turn and
everybody.
look behind us.
Killian, is there is our friend behind me?
I'll look past
If you
him.
want to look to the near Killian, yeah, he just kind of tilts his hat to you, gives you a wink, and he walks out of the tent.
Did he ride on our
okay.
stagecoach? He can fly. It's fine. Yes.
You guys are sat down, just plates heaping with foods brought in front of you. It's vegetables, stew.
Do they put any down for the Jebediah, or
For Jebediah, yes.
does
Everybody.
everybody ignore him?
It's amazing. It's amazing food. Anchor's here eating with you as well. And, he's pretty quiet during the whole conversation. If you ask him anything, he'll talk, but he's not much of a talker. And as he gets up, he says, "So how much do we owe you?" Same young girl's like, "Well, we asked for a whole quarter, sir. I know it's a bit much," but puts a silver dollar in her hand and follows up with a gold coin. Says, "For all my friends here." "Oh, thank you, sir." Takes it. Says, "Well, I guess I'll see you folks in the morning. I'm gonna spend the night in the train myself."
Well,
That works. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Is anybody still down any attribute points? Like, are you still down agility after the 10th night there,
no,
Chuck?
I'm good now.
Okay. All right. The food is amazingly filling. One of the best meals you've had.
Nice.
Plainly cooked, plain, there was nothing fancy about it, but it was just incredibly nourishing.
Very good.
After that, you spend the night in the train. It's fairly quiet. They'd already finished the repairs, but chose not to make the ride back tonight. So come morning, you're already in the train. Donnie Eller just shows you around. It's like, okay, here's the pull chain. This alerts us that you're seeing something on the road. Pull this chain, and it's going to drop these metal slats outside the windows. And then some of them it shows you the slits that you can fire through. Just big enough that you can see and put a gun barrel in, basically.
Point my finger through one and go.
You kill the attendants that are mopping down the station.
Oh, no.
Congratulations.
Just getting
They
practice.
fall over dead.
They do.
Now, all of you, did anyone tell him that really Chance is the only one any good with the gun?
I mean, that's being generous, but
It should be a large enough slit that I can cast a spell through it, maybe?
You can see
I mean,
it,
if
and you can target it.
the size of the creatures he's saying, I'm pretty confident I could hit that.
It's literally the size of a barn.
Yeah.
I've never shot a gun before, sir. I'm real sorry.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. Your skills lie heavily in other places.
if they get on the train, then come on.
Yes, if the train is breached, that will be where you shine.
Or you just eat them.
I mean, that's exactly what I was getting at.
Okay.
So your scary
So anybody
voice
who gets on the train, I should eat.
any monsters that get on the train or anyone who wishes to do you or I harm.
Okay.
Very well.
How it is then, apparently. All right, so the other passengers start to board. There's a well-dressed couple that gets on board, several farmhands, a couple of soldiers from the fort, and a businessman that looks really just fidgety and very fastidious. Like he goes to his seat, and just kind of scrunches his nose up and pulls out a handkerchief and just starts wiping it down. Anybody tries to sit next to him, he kind of sprawls so that he takes up the whole seat.
I know who I'm not saving first.
So yeah, all in all, there's 5 more people on top of you come in. There's also a pair of missionaries that are heading out. Let's see. Yeah, and then you folks. And Anchor, the person you met on the way. So the train custodian is kind of checking everybody off on the list, and he's kind of meeting your eyes at ones that you're guessing that you think might be problematic, that might lose their crap during this. He's kind of like either just kind of gives you the head bob towards one or another. The well-dressed businessman, of course, is one of the first that gives the nod to. And you guys are off. It's been repaired. Some of the plates have been moved. All the viscera has been cleaned off the front of the thing. And,
Well, you did a great job, Scab.
It's about a 2-hour run. An hour in, you'll be reaching the Wagon Mound, or passing by Wagon Mound, which is the big pastoral place, the place that people go to look at as you're passing by here. Now, with all the armor plates on this train, getting up Wagon Mound, either coming or going, there's an incline the train's got to go up, and it's going to slow things down a little bit. He explains this to you. It's like, don't worry about the loss in speed. It's all the extra weight we're carrying. It's going to slow us a little bit on that incline, but we'll make it up on the descent. just to let you know, that's pretty normal. Good.
Is that businessman traveling with anybody?
Nope, just himself and a suitcase.
Okay.
Your eyes are on that black leather
Is he your
suitcase.
target? Have you marked him?
Yeah.
It never
piece of
leaves his
chalk on the neck.
presence. You see him
Yeah.
shining up that black leather every once in a while on that briefcase.
Jebediah is about to leave
Least
his
I should
train,
say.
and a newer rich man with a black briefcase.
Target acquired. Yeah. No, I definitely want to like kind of flow around him and trying to find conversation whenever it strikes. And,
Okay, I tell you what. Make me a personality check.
okay. Let's do it. Or that. Okay. 4.
Yeah. He basically, like, you try the conversation, you put your hand out, and it just stays out. Like he doesn't.
Mhm.
He's like, he just kind of looks you up and down and just turns away from you, just dismissively, just absolutely dismissively. And you've got the best suit that Sweetwater's could provide.
At higher
Does
standards.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys are well into it, and sure enough, at about that hour mark, everything's going fine at this point. People are looking out the windows, but then you feel that inevitable slowdown as the train starts chugging uphill, just really straining with all the weight behind it. Who's actually looking through the windows to see if anything is coming or looking for danger?
I'll be
I
keeping
mean,
an
I
eye
want to
open.
see a bison as big as a house.
Okay.
I'll get my finger out, one of them going.
You hear some of the missionaries on the side like, does that Frenchman think he has a real gun? Has he ever seen a gun? I don't think they allow guns where he comes from.
Oh, I mean, he's seen my gun, but I mean, I don't let him touch it.
Filthy animal. Anyone that is keeping a sharp lookout, go ahead and make me a luck check.
God,
Oh no.
I've got a
See how they
3.
turn out.
I almost blew it.
Oh shit! I passed.
You passed.
Amazing.
Killian passed. Chance passed.
17, I passed.
Here we go.
What? Scab passed? Did everybody
Madness.
pass? Joe, did you? There's Jebediah. Everybody
passed
passed
as well.
What?
Mm-hmm.
So, all of you notice then, coming from, we'll say the left side of the train, there seems to be like a bunch of dust in the wind. You're thinking like, oh, maybe somebody's driving cattle. Maybe that's a bunch of people on horseback. And you see it. It's bison. They're at a distance, and you don't think anything of it at first until you realize, wait, that's a really good distance. And they already look very large. And that opinion of their size just continues to grow as they are coming on at incredible speeds until they're kind of charging alongside of the train, matching speed with the train as it's going up this incline.
Pull the chain.
These things are like 12 to 15 feet at the shoulder. They're immense.
Yeah, the emergency broadcast system has started. I'm going to open my mouth and a tone's going to come out of it.
Yeah, I'll
So-
pull the 2 chains.
You pull both chains. Okay, you pull the alert and you pull the other one, and everybody suddenly the inside of the trains go pretty much black as blam, blam, blam. These steel plates slam down over the windows. The only light coming in is coming through these little slits. And it's just about that time that you feel the first impact as one of these gigantic buffalo ram the side of the train. I'm gonna just do a little roll here. Oh my gosh! So
Oh,
that
boy.
train,
Jesus.
like you hear the sound of just of just metal shearing, and you feel the section of the train that you're in actually go up on some of the wheels before it slams back down on the track and continues on. You guys are seeing a bit more sunlight now as one of those bisons just tore a rent through the steel of the train.
Oh no.
All right. So that let's go ahead and let's do some initiative here,
Yeah.
guys.
And I may have a dumb.
Hold on. Let me clear off the initiative tracker here.
I may have some dumb rule questions to work by you too.
Actually,
because I'm uncertain now. I made
Initiative
life
tracker's
complicated for
showing
myself.
empty for me.
Showing empty for you. Okay, hold on. Let me just go ahead and remove all turns. Clear it.
Not that the rules are dumb, it's that I'm dumb, just to get that clear.
Sure.
Let's see, how do I add?
I think you
So
right click on
this
a
one.
token. Should be an add turn option. It's been so long since I've ran Roll20.
Yeah, I haven't used this. It's been a while since we used it. Okay, so right click, add turn. There we go. So boom. We got Jebediah on. There's Killian. Add Killian. Add McIntyre.
Nice. And
Scabs. You gotta get scabs. Oh my gosh, how do I? Okay, that's weird.
What's up?
All right. Well, it doesn't. Hold on. Maybe I have to put this in full mode to nope. Okay, that's weird. So because of where scabs is, when I right click on them, the add turn is tough at the top of my window. Hard to get to, but I figured it.
Okay.
Is that everybody? That's everybody that's with us tonight, right?
We're missing someone, aren't we? Oh, we
Who
got
are
the Jebediah, Killian, Pierce. We need Chance.
Chance. There's Chance. All right. Chance is in there. Then I need the GM token. Technology, folks. It's wonderful.
Technology.
Yeah.
Yay.
There I am. Okay, go ahead and make your rolls there, folks.
All right.
And then if you click the little cog on the initiative track, you can sort descending.
Sort it down.
Yeah. Once Chance gets his in.
There's my only nat 20 for the night, but I'll take it.
But go ahead and populate your turn order with your number if it's not doing it automatically.
All right. Oh yeah, sorry about that.
And I'm gonna have all the trained people that are not you go on my turn as well, just to keep that all straight. All right, so everybody got their stuff in?
Looks like.
Indeed.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go descending order then, giving us 25 a chance,
That's
having the
impressive.
incredible initiative. So again, what you're looking at is you're in a pretty dark train. The only lights coming in are through these slits that you can fire through. People are screaming. I mean, they were all given the spiel when they boarded that some strange things might go on. You know, some things were explained to them, but of course, you guys were the one that pulled the safety ropes and all that, so you were on it. The banker Jebediah, you're noticing, he's like, he's just got a death grip on his valise. He's trying to hide underneath the seat.
He accidentally got shot by a ricochet.
Oh no.
That looks like a Derringer bullet. Amazing, those bisons know how to use Derringers.
He reached right in and shot him.
I saw the whole thing.
All right. So what are you doing, Chance?
Without having to discuss some rules with you, I think I'll just go ahead and take a regular turn here.
Okay.
Because I realize that my gun is confusing because it's a carbine, but it's got like pistol chamber and shotgun chamber. So it's considered a rifle, but it's got pistol parts on it.
Yes.
So we could maybe hash that out later. I'm not sure which modifications I could actually make to it or not. So I'll just shoot it.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm
there
actually
are
going to
8 of these bison. They're all coming along the left side of the train.
I'll just pick the closest one for now, and I'm going to use the lame duck trick shot.
Okay.
Because hopefully I can slow them down.
All right. Draw your card. Roll your dice.
Oh no, that's right. I have to.
Got to do a card draw. Yeah.
It's the 3 of hearts.
All right. Nothing special on the draw. How about the bullet? What happens?
I got my Deadeye die at least, but I don't know if a 13 hits.
13 does not hit.
Oh, it doesn't have my Deadeye die in it.
What is your Deadeye?
That would be
You got a 4,
17.
so 17 does hit, actually.
I'll have to remember that.
15, so you hit. 3 points of damage. Wow. These things are like really freaking big. You're sure you hit it. It's hard to miss. You're not sure how much damage the thing actually took from the shot. But your Deadeye die did go off. So what does your specialty do?
Gunslinger shot lands low, blowing one random toe off the opponent.
Okay, you chip a hoof.
Yeah. In addition to suffering 1d4, the target must immediately pass a reflex save with the DC matching the total attack roll to avoid.
Okay, so 17 is what
being around. So I don't know how well that works for this or not, but
it beats your.
Oh, that bastard.
Yeah. So that's
Damn those
what's your rate of
agile
fire?
buffalo.
What's your rate of fire? Do you want to make another
It's
shot?
3. I'll go ahead and keep making more shots, and he's going to take one more
extra point of damage.
one extra point of damage.
You're sure that you shot the thing, and you do see a little bit of blood, but it doesn't seem to have even acknowledged the fact that it was shot.
Yeah, I get to keep my Deadeye die for the rest of my rolls, man. That's why it doesn't count it in for me automatically. But I'm going to go and take another shot.
Okay, card draws is safe. That's going to miss.
Yeah, no matter what, that's a miss. So I'll take another shot. I got something good for once.
Okay.
That's a +3. Nice. Oh, and I forgot. Does the Deadeye die add to damage also?
Just to your chance to. Well,
Just. Or is that only the luchador?
I think it only adds to your chance to hit. So I want to check that real quick. I don't
I'll look
remember
it up.
off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. It's been a while.
So Jack.
There we go. So it'd be 19.
19 points of damage. Wow.
And
Okay.
I think that's a crit for me because I crit on 19 and 20, if that works that way.
Okay. So was that a crit for you?
If my Deadeye die can push it into a crit, then yes.
So your total is an 18. You crit on an 18.
Wouldn't it be 19?
Oh, that's right. You keep your Deadeye die. It was 4.
Yeah,
Right?
Deadeye die only does 2 hit, not
2 hit.
damage.
Yeah.
Does hit. All right, that's fine.
Sure, let's look at the critical hit chart then. Go ahead and roll.
Let's see. Where is my crit die?
Your second level now too. So
Yeah, it's the box on the character sheet isn't wide enough, so it just says D1. I'm sure that's
that sucks
not right.
for you, man. Roll that D1.
I got a 0 somehow.
Hmm.
I'm joking. Let me get the character sheet pulled up here.
Yep.
It's like a level
The
2.
crit charts are not programmed into the sheet, so I'm just reading it off the chart.
I got a D10 crit die.
Okay.
I got a 7.
7. You got a positive luck modifier?
I sure do, of 3.
Okay. So you kneecap it. It does another plus D12 damage. Go ahead and roll that D12.
Nice.
Movement is reduced by half.
That's what I was going for the whole time.
Okay. So this time there is something that happens as that bullet goes through. It does seem to clip it in one of its legs, which causes it to do this kind of stumble run. So it's slowing down, but it's still moving along.
Oh, jeez. And it was 5 more points of damage.
5 more points of damage.
We should have brought dynamite.
Kept asking if you wanted to buy stuff, but no.
Oh, I didn't know what we needed. I don't consider dynamite normal supplies.
All right.
It's only good for fishing with most of the time.
So
Yeah.
next on the chart is me. So the buffalo are all going to make an attack. They actually can't miss the train. So what I've got is the train has got so many hull points. So I'm just going to figure which one they hit and how much damage they do. So let's see here. Oh, 5, 2, and 6. They're getting a lot of damage. Okay. The only thing that really concerns me is how much is going to take to the engine and to your particular. Okay. Again, you hear the sound of shearing metal as your car lifts up. This time it comes completely off the track. It kind of lands back down. There's a sound of screeching metal. Who has the lowest luck amongst you?
Me.
Roll it.
Oh no!
Without a doubt,
Oh,
my
no.
3 is going to beat all of you. I got an
Oh,
18.
my
That is
God.
a big fail.
Okay. When your section lands back down, the wheels don't completely get righted on the track, so there's like this sound of screeching metal as this middle train kind of goes sideways a little bit. You're still moving forward. You're still being dragged up the incline, but there, you hear the sound and sparks being shot off the tires below you. So yeah, that's going on. And again, there are like a gaping hole in the steel where that thing's horn just kind of gored the metal, scored it, kind of just opened it up, letting more sunlight in. So next, let's see, the conductor can act now. He's basically yelling at everybody to grab hold of something. He's trying to get a little bit more out of the engines. Having their coal folks just shovel as fast as they can to try and get some more speed out of it as they're going up the incline. You're about halfway up the incline. Everyone else in the anchor is he's got a rifle out. He's leveling it through and he's taking measured shots. You hear him cursing under his breath as shots don't seem to be very effective either. So that's what's going on in my turn. Killian, you're up.
Alrighty. I'm going to try to make my way to the big hole that's been gored through the armor.
Yes.
So I can get a better look at the
Sure.
the rampaging bison, and then I'm going to cast Spook Show on them.
Ooh.
Nice.
Asked to take picture upon them.
Yes. Ooh. The tourist strikes again.
Nice.
So 3 of these bison are going to just like disappear for an instant and then reappear.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll have to make a DC 10 grit check or run away from me for 5 rounds.
2 of them make it.
All right.
One of them does, yeah, just bleats and kind of goes in the opposite direction, like it just saw a McDonald's open in its neighborhood.
But my hope is that in that instant they are transported away and then pop back into existence. I assume the other bisons have been running towards us in that time.
Make me a luck check.
All right.
Yeah, because it's literally in an instant, and I would imagine that it keeps its forward momentum.
Yeah, that makes sense. 9 under 11.
Okay. Let's see. One of them ran away. I'm going to say that one got trampled. Okay. Well, I'll give you that one. For the other 2, roll me 2d8.
2d8.
Okay. And I'm going to, yes, they get gored and they get trampled a little bit by their buddies. Each of them will take 15 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay. So you've got 7 bison, gigantic bison left. One of them is lame, is moving slower, and now several of them are injured. That's Killian's turn. Scab, you've never seen such mighty beef on the hoof.
Oh, I don't even have a gun. Oh God, what do I do? Oh man, I don't want this train to crash. I'm going to stare at the one that got shot in the knee, and the skin will just kind of peel back from my little child zombie face. Hey there, bison. What do you call a buffalo with no legs? Ground beef.
Just the best.
Nice.
And I'll use that. What is that one? The laughing skull.
Mhm.
So I'll choose 3 of them, and
Okay.
they'll need to make a DC 12 will save.
All right, I'm just going to roll 3d20. Each of these have a +1 to the roll. So 1 fails.
All right. So he rolls I think it's a 1d6 for what his random thing is.
His random thing is a 3.
Okay, on a 3, the target attempts to inflict harm upon themselves using their normal means of attack. Attacks automatically hit for maximum damage. So it hurts itself for max damage.
It somehow
hurts itself in its
gores
confusion.
itself. Okay. Just for the one round, or does it continue to do so?
Yeah, this will continue for 1d3 plus 2 rounds. that I
Okay.
can-
So it'll be dead next round then. Okay, good enough. So one of them starts to go around in circles and somehow digs its horn into its own flank and just starts ripping until like the guts start spewing out.
Ground beef.
All right,
That was a good
Scab.
one.
That leaves us with Jebediah up next.
Okay. So you said there's like, because I mentioned like the little holes to fire out aren't big enough for a card, but probably one of the holes that they've gouged through are big enough for a playing card, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'll start doing Dead Man's Hand out of one of those.
All right.
Uh,
Get your deck ready.
Oh yeah. Um, shuffle it once. Should have had that shuffled already. Okay. Hopefully, I can get at least a few cards out. Let's see, 10 of diamonds.
Okay.
Flipped another card. 9 of diamonds. Jack of spade.
Nice.
I don't know. Does it? I forget how many I'm allowed to flip, or do I just can't?
You can
Am
keep
I just able
flipping
to
until
flip?
you get a bad result that stops it.
Okay.
So
I'm
we
just-
should
I'm
actually
gonna keep
take
doing
each
that.
card in order though before you go to the next card.
Okay.
So yeah, what does the
Um,
first card get you?
So anything that's not a face card,
Mhm.
or an ace or an 8, just deals my mojo die. And strikes automatically.
Okay, so
so-
go ahead and do your damage until you get to that jack, and then look up what the jack does.
Okay. So
So your mojo.
I'm gonna
die
be
is
going
what, a
after
D-
whichever one.
You're a second level now, so,
D4.
so you do 8 points of damage to one.
Okay.
Okay, and then you hit that.
Or I think it just deals strikes automatically for a mojo die of damage. So
Oh, you have
it'd
to
just be
roll the die
2d4.
then. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
yeah. Yep. And then I'd be going off of like whichever one looks the most hurt.
Mhm.
5 points of damage.
Okay, and then what does your face card do for you?
And then Jack of spade. Spades is water. Jack of spades. The card instantly liquefies over the head of the gambler, showering them with healing liquid. Gambler is instantly healed 3d8 plus CL hit points.
Cast roll.
Should they be wounded?
Only I could feel the train.
Right. That would be cool.
Hmm.
It gains up to 1d8 temporary hit points if fully healed.
Yep. So, yep. So
I'll
do you
just
want to
get a
keep
D8
drawing?
of- Yes.
All right.
Uh,
Next card.
Let me throw. So I've got 8 temporary hit points. Next card, 10 of clubs. So that's another D4.
Mhm.
2 damage. 7 of hearts. Another 2 damage. And then a joker. I don't know what that means.
Uh-oh.
Red or
Uh,
black?
yeah.
Black. Looks like. Wild cards, whether black and red. Drawing a joker allows the gambler to pick any result they would like, be it another face card or another numbered card. And they gain 1d3 boons.
Yep. Get your boons first, and
That's
then
cool.
there's at least one result
Wow.
that would result in an instant kill for this thing.
Who all gets the boons?
Yeah.
Just Joe?
Just Joe.
Oh, whoops.
Although if he wants to give us some of them, I mean,
2. I need those. I've got so many X's. So there we go. I'm at What? All right. And I get to choose one. Oh man. That could be a lot of crazy ones.
You said there's one that's a kill shot.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them that would do this. Like, look at Jack, Queen, and King of Spades. Some of that might be bad on Fallout for other things. So,
yeah, trying to find one that doesn't like destroy us too, because once these are like they radiate out from me.
mhm.
So I want something I can like direct a little bit better. Clubs.
You can do a Fireball, King of Hearts.
King of Hearts. Yeah.
Yeah,
plus-
3d12
Yeah.
damage, plus an additional d12 per level.
Okay. So is that 2 additional D12 then? Like, is it level of the gambler? Like,
Per level. So yeah, 2d12. So you'll have 5d12 of damage. And that's in
Sweet.
that's a radius effect. So you're going to be able to catch several in that.
okay.
I guess I'll just
Do an
sit
outward
back
distance of
down and
80
take a
feet
nap.
within a
Yep.
30.
So go ahead and roll
Radius.
5d12, and I'll see if they can
Okay.
save for half.
Let's do that. 35.
Jeez.
They do not save for half. All right, so describe this to me. So Jebediah just goes up to this rent in the side of the train and just starts throwing cards through the hole.
Yeah,
And
throwing
then you
cards
hit
out.
this one. And what does that look like? Because you just took care of all the bison.
Mhm.
So what does this look like?
I imagine him just like almost spirit bombing this fireball of his head and then just shooting it out in a cone.
Okay.
Or so I picture him like spirit bombing this fireball, but it's a tiny little hole that I'm throwing it out. So I like then clap it down to my finger and point it out the hole.
You turn
Oh,
it
nice.
into Gallic gun instead.
Yeah, so there's
Yeah.
this huge conflagration, and then everybody smells like the smell of like sizzling hamburger in the wind. This middle train is still being the one that you're in is still being
Mhm.
pulled along by the force of the locomotive, but it's like screeching. You can hear metal tearing beneath you as it's trying to right itself, but it can't quite jump back onto the track.
Mhm.
So the bison are taken care of. Is anything you want to try and do to right your cab?
Can we get like everyone to play like Red Rover and
You,
like
Oh, that's
bounce
smart.
the cab back and
That's
forth?
smart. Make a personality check to try and influence the people in the cab to help you.
Okay. Probably gonna fail this, but let's see. 7.
7. Do you want to spend 3 luck?
Yeah, actually I can spend I get to roll
You
my
get a
mojo
die,
die every time
yeah.
I spend.
So a 10
I'll
will succeed in convincing everybody to kind of throw their weight against one side of the train.
Nice.
one mojo die or 1 point lets me do that. So I'll burn a luck.
There you go. Yeah. So what? How do you speechify these people in the train to get them to do what you want?
I'll start. I'm like, you hear that grinding? Like, it's not good. Like, everyone get up and link arms.
Oh,
So
you're
I'm
going to
just
use the fear of death tactic.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just going to start shooting at him if this didn't work. So
So everybody except the businessman who's just cowering under his seat. He's just got this death clutch on his valise, saying something in language you don't really understand. Sounds like maybe German, hard to tell. But everybody just starts rocking against the side, and eventually it starts rocking and shifting. I tell you what, Jebediah, since you're the one that convinced everyone to do this, make me a luck check. And I'm gonna have you. Let's see. There's gonna be you basically convinced everybody except for the banker. So treat your luck as if it were 5 higher.
Okay.
So basically, just don't roll like a 20 or
Pass.
something like that.
Yep. Pass. Easy pass.
So there's a screeching and tearing of metal, and then you guys get it up on the wheels, and it comes back down, and it rights itself on the track, and then everything seems to be coasting up just as you feel the train kind of just hit that top and it starts to go down. And then it picks up speed, so you got it on the track just in time. You guys look back through the little gun holes. Nothing's chasing you anymore. There's fires roaring in the background. There's just wonderful smell of beef in the air, of cooking beef that's just filling everything. But it's safe. Everybody inside is just, you hear some people are crying, some people are cheering. A lot of people just are just sitting down and just gripping onto whatever they can hold. They just look like they've just faced death. They're not quite sure what to make out of that.
Guess we'll start opening the shutters back up and let a little sunlight in.
Oh yeah, here you go. I do have some art for this. Hold on, here you go, guys. This is Bison near train.
Oh, yeah, fat.
That's awesome.
Oh no.
Lord.
Yep, a size comparison to the train, and there were 8 of these things.
I definitely needed a bigger gun.
Ooh. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The
Or fireball.
mass damage was the way to go because they all had like 30 some odd hit points.
Yeah, well, I don't think we, other than Joe, had a good way to do that. Should have brought dynamite after all.
Yeah, good stuff.
If
So
I could drop it on the train.
you guys are about halfway through the journey. And at this point, everyone is just like very quiet. The inside of the train is still dark, but everything's quiet now. And
I'll break the silence and say, "Hey, Scab, what do you call a bison in an inferno?" Well done.
a lot of people just give the kid just a wide berth. It's like there's something wrong with that kid. Did you see his cat? The cat's got no bones.
Oh, they do
I've got
say
rock
that,
candy if you want to share.
they do say that bison jokes are rare medium well done.
All right. So the train has hit its normal velocity.
I don't even know if I did the joke right.
Going about 45 miles an hour now. The sun is high overhead as you've passed into noon as you're going along. Everything seems to be fine. It's good enough that they open up the blast doors, we'll call them that, after a while, to let in some fresh air and some light. Everybody's pretty haggard. Everyone's just really keyed up, and it lulls for a while. Everything is just quiet. The clacking of the train, and everyone seems to be calmed down, except for the banker guy who he's just white faced, big eyes, just roaming everywhere. He seems to be staring accusingly at Jebediah. You're not sure why. Maybe it's because you talked to him, staring you down.
Probably.
When one of the missionaries starts screaming and pointing through a window, this is one towards the back.
Look. Yeah.
Okay, you look at what she was pointing at, and she's trying to explain. She's not making any sense at all. And you look out the window, and you don't see anything. You don't see anything at all.
My pretend binoculars up to my face.
Yeah. Everyone's looking out, and she's trying. She's just so afraid she can't get the words out. She's pointing like up. She's like, and as she says that, there is sound as one of these bison, barn-sized bison, somehow dropped from the air, landing on top of your car, just crushing it as it falls through the roof, cracking steel, and bits of this bison just land right into your car. And you guys look up through the hole, and you see this 10-foot tall, 20-foot long wingspan of this creature, gray stone-like skin. It has the other half of the bison in one of its hands, and it's looking to drop it onto the train and another one of the cars as it's going by.
This is what we get for our bad jokes. That's our punishment.
We're 5 minutes from being towards the end of the stream. This is this is going to be an interesting one. So Chuck, let's go ahead and call it here for the night. So we'll call it right here as
Scab's hungry. I can tell.
Something strong enough and large enough to just tear one of these bison in half and drop the carcass on the train.
Crazy.
I don't know how you do that, Jeremy. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Casual shrug.
Oh, guys, yes. So a little bit about this. This is my friend Jason Forbes has wrote a series of books that we're turning into like chapter books where there's going to be a story at the beginning of the book, and then there's going to be an adventure based on that story towards the back end of it. They're going to be series of them, so they can be played out as a campaign, but also they can be taken as like an interlude scene. This one is just a simple train ride that you could drop into your games whenever your players have to go from point A to point B. Just change a few things around. Those GM or judge tools are given for that sort of thing in it. But yeah, just a shout out. That's the front cover that you see on your screen right there. Hopefully coming out in PDF soon. We want to get a couple of these done before we release any of them. And of course, we got to get Goodman's blessing on this as well. So there we go. Just something to look forward to. If you guys remember the old Deadlands dime novel sort of things, similar, where you get a nice story and you get a little adventure in the back that you can just drop in and use as you need. Very quick, very low prep. Anyway, that's my spiel. You got anything, Chuck? You want to sound us out here?
Yeah, let's do our closing plugs. I run Defenders of Cobalt, twitch.tv/Defenders of Cobalt. We stream every single Friday night. Right now we're doing the Thunder Rift campaign using Fantasy Age. We stream every Friday night. Right now we're doing a system that Joe's creating called Anvia. We're going to wrap that up for a little bit, and then we'll run something else. Not sure what yet. Every other Thursday, we're doing a Tales from the Loop game. We're going to be starting that here in a couple weeks. That's what we got. You can also find us over at Adventures in Lollygagging a lot, on Bert's channel. And Grim and Perilous Plays. We're all over the place.
Yeah. I stream on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. We play a lot of classic games. We've got a first edition Dungeons and Dragons game going on. BX Dungeons and Dragons. We just started a Cyberpunk Red, which will do alternate the Goodman screen. So this Saturday was Goodman. Next week will be Cyberpunk Red in the same time slot. So folks, check this out there. Anyone else want to plug something? Jeremy, you got a little Patreon.
Yeah. Aaron Reese on Patreon. You've got comics, you got maps, you got RPG assets. It's pretty cool. It's worth checking out.
Good stuff.
Yes. Links are
guys,
all in the chat.
Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching, folks. Jason was hanging out in the chat, asking some questions about the adventures and modules. So hopefully he got some good stuff there. And we will pick this back up the next time. 2 weeks, folks.
All right.
Goodbye.
Thanks, everybody.